What is the best free AI platform for creating SEL lessons? And how are you using it? Well, in this video, I'm going to share what I think is the best AI platform for creating SEL lessons. And I also walk you through example prompts that you can use today to get started. All right, y'all. I want to jump right in. I'm going to share what I personally think is the best free AI platform to use to create AI lessons. A little bit of background information and context. Before I've got into AI, I've been a school psychologist since 2010. And when I started, my work has always been centered around working with youth from historically marginalized communities and actually social emotional learning. Fun fact, my dissertation was investigation of Castle Select programs with youth from historically marginalized communities. I've actually done the research. In my practice, I actually administered, developed, created, co-created with youth lessons to the extent where I created my own SEL curriculum, lessons for SEL. And so, yes, I have the research, I have the theory, but I also have the practice implementing these lessons with individual students and at scale. And so I'm speaking from all of those areas. And now with the emergence of AI, so, what is the best AI platform for free SEL lessons? Look, we got to be honest, right? You have ChatGPT, which is created by OpenAI. You have Claude, which is created by Anthropic. You have Gemini, which is created by Google. Yes, Google. These are massive billion-dollar companies with a ton of funding, a ton of research, and the best and brightest engineers who are creating exceptional models that are advancing rapidly. Well, what does that mean? What that means is all of those platforms I mentioned, they have free models that you can use today. What that also means is if you use those models, you could generate a pretty good SEL lesson. But here's a caveat to that. While you can use a Claude or ChatGPT to help you generate a lesson, it's going to be very broad because those models are massive. They've been trained on a ridiculous amount of language and words and data. You're going to get very broad responses back. So, what that means is while you can use it and it'll probably do a very decent job, it's not going to be very niche or specific to a school psychologist or a school counselor or a teacher. Or you'll have to say, act like a whatever your role is in design. Will it do it? Yeah. Again, it's been a ton of research, a ton of money put into solving these problems. So these models are good. However, those models are so big, you're not going to get a drill down niche answer. There are other platforms, and I'll use School Psych AI as an example, which has been designed to do just that. It's been narrowly trained in best practices around school psychology, education, inclusiveness, culturally responsive interventions, social emotional learning, opening practices. And so, if you ask it to generate a lesson, it'll do a very good job for you. Okay, so you still haven't answered the question. What is the best free AI platform for SEL lessons? I'm biased, so I'm going to say Schools Like AI. I know I created it. And so I'm actually going to show you how to generate some SEL lessons, but then do some other really neat and creative things. And I'm going to use Schools Like AI. But in all fairness, you could absolutely use Gemini, Claude, or ChatGPT to do any of these things as well. All right, so I am going to share my screen and let's just jump right into it and see what we could come up with. So I'm over at School Psych AI, and this is my platform here, or our platform here. There's Sophia. What up, Sophia? So earlier I talked about ChatGPT is the conversational chatbot. OpenAI is the company. So School Psych AI is the company, the platform, and Sophia is our conversational chatbot. And you click this button, conversations, and that's how you start having a conversation with Sophia. So we're going to create a new thread and we're going to call this SEL activities. And you can name the thread whatever you like and then just hit submit. And now we can start having a conversation with Sophia. One important note: what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to create different SEL related activities, lessons, all the things. What's important, this is not replacing a full-blown SEL curriculum. We're not there yet. That's not the purpose of this lesson, or that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is simply to show you how to get started. If you want to create a one-off lesson or activity, this is how you can do it using a free AI platform. And you can do this inside of our platform using the free conversations. And I just want to just go ahead and jump in. And what we're going to do first, we're going to create a quick icebreaker for one of the core SEL competencies. Remember, we talked about those core SEL competencies. We're going to create a 10-minute activity for fourth grade students to develop self-management skills. And I'm going to zoom in because this might be hard for you all to read. One cool thing, you can expand and close that. I'm going to close that out. And then if you missed it, I click expand here because I like to make the conversation box a little bit bigger. And then I just put in that prompt. And the prompt is create a 10-minute activity for fourth grade students to develop self-management skills. It should be fun, engaging, and easy to facilitate. Now we're just jumping right in and getting started. You give Sophia that prompt, and you give Sophia just a few seconds to generate a lesson. Literally, if we should have counted, but we see from the moment we hit enter, it took just a few seconds to give us a 10-minute activity designed to help fourth grade students develop self-management skills. All right, here's the activity. Goal setting scavenger hunt. What's the objective? To encourage students to set achievable goals and practice self-management. It gives you some materials that are needed. It gives you the instructions, the introduction. Explain to the students that they will be participating in a scavenger hunt to practice setting and achieving goals. Emphasize the importance of self-management in reaching their goals. Then it gives you a goal setting, the scavenger hunt, sharing and reflection. Then it gives you an optional task that you could do. And it says this activity is designed to be fun and engaging while helping students practice essential self-management skills. All right, this is pretty cool. A quick icebreaker for self-management activity. All right, well, what if we wanted to create a conflict resolution activity for high school students? Okay, well, now you would come in. Again, I'm going to expand that box. I'm going to say design a 20-minute role play activity for 10th graders to practice empathy and conflict resolution. Include reflection questions for debriefing afterwards. I'm going to hit submit, close that button down or close the box down. And in just a few seconds, we see it's generating a response and then it returns a response. And now this one gives me a 20-minute role-playing activity for 10th graders, empathy and conflict resolution. Similarly, it gives us the objective, the materials needed, and then the activities to complete. It gives me 5 reflection questions. What was the most challenging part of the role play for you? All right, that's pretty cool. Well, what else can we do? Okay, what if we wanted to explicitly teach empathy and conflict resolution? Let's come up with a prompt to do that. Now, I want you to explicitly teach empathy and conflict resolution using the Castle SAFE approach. Hit enter. We're going to run that prompt. And the SAFE approach, if you're not familiar, is designated by Castle, and it's the best way of how you should go about teaching social emotional learning, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. And it says here's how you can explicitly teach empathy and conflict resolution using this framework. Wow. So it breaks it down. SAFE is an acronym for sequence, active, focus, explicit. And it gives you under each one step-by-step learning for empathy, introduce the concept of empathy, discuss different types of empathy, practice perspective taking through role-playing scenarios, and then conflict resolution does the same thing. It gives you the active engagement through activities for empathy and conflict resolution. It gives you the focus and then the explicit, clear instruction and expectations. And then it goes on to give you a lesson plan example. Wow, this is awesome. The introduction, define empathy and conflict resolution, and it's infused that safe framework inside of it as well. And it gives us an assessment. All right, this is pretty neat. This is pretty cool. Well, what if we wanted to assess a little bit deeper? What if we wanted to create, some sort of quiz or something based off of this? Well, let's do it. Now, create a fun and engaging quiz based on the above lesson. And we'll give that a few seconds to run. And now we have a fun and an engaging quiz on empathy and conflict resolution. What is empathy? And it gives you the answer. You can take this and put it inside of Quizlet, or if you use whatever you use, like you have the questions, you have the answers right here, which is awesome right there. Um, yeah, this is pretty cool. It gives you a 10-question quiz, which is really neat as well. All right, you might be saying, Byron, that's great. I love it. That's cool. Well, what if I wanted to take the URL of a video and then feed that into a model and have it generate a worksheet? All right. Now, this is going to be an exclusive. I'm going to put you on to, yeah, probably my favorite model that's out right now. Um, Next to School Psych AI. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump over to Notebook LM. That's right, my favorite next to School Psych AI model and platform that's out there right now that is free is Notebook LM. I'll do another video on all the things that it can do, but just know it's my favorite that's out there, and I'm putting you onto it. So you go to Notebook LM, you create a new source, and here's what you can do. You can add in things from your Google Drive, you can add in your links, you can paste text, upload your docs, and I'm going to show you. But first, we're going to go back. Remember, I talked about the platform I had, lessons for SEL. I created short video lessons. And so I actually did a video. All right, so I'm going to grab the URL and then I'm going to click on YouTube. Now I'm going to paste in the YouTube and insert. And wow, look at that. This YouTube video lesson defines and differentiates perspective taking and empathy. It uses relatable examples and it just goes on. This is awesome. All right. Well, that's cool. Well, what else can we do with this? What you can do, you can click this studio button. When you click studio, you can do several different things. I'll do another video on this part later. I got you. But for now, what you can do, you could create a study guide, you could create the FAQ, a briefing document, timeline, and these are just some ideas of what you can do. But here, we're just going to create, based on what you asked, we're going to use this, and we are going to create a worksheet from this specific video. So create a worksheet for students based on this video. And let's see what it does. We didn't give it a detailed prompt. We didn't overcomplicate it. And let's see what it does. All right, here's a worksheet based on the video designed to help students understand the concepts of perspective taking and empathy. Here's the worksheet, defining the terms, according to the video, how can we describe taking the perspective of others? Then it gives you the answer. How does the video define empathy? Then it gives an answer. All right, cool. All right, it's pretty neat. All right. So, what else can we do? We might say create a fun and engaging game based on this video. This is the prompt that we ran in School Psych AI. Let's see what Notebook LM does based off of this prompt that's connected to the video. And we'll just scroll up. It gives you a game title, game objective, materials, how to play. All right, cool. Good stuff. So now you can see, oh, this is pretty important as well. And one of the things I like about Notebook LM, if you click, if you can see it has a one, if you click that, it takes you directly to the source. And so it's not making things up. It's not pulling from some hallucinated or fictional resource. It's pulling directly from that source content. That, and probably that reason alone, is why Notebook LM is one of my favorite models that's out there. If you ask ChatGPT or any of these other models to do that, it will most likely hallucinate and make something up. However, with Notebook LM, it takes you directly to the source, which I think is absolutely exceptional. Now, another really neat thing that you can do, you can use these models to collaborate with teachers. Well, how might you do that? Well, let's say that you're working with a science teacher. You can take the lessons and now you can take this and help the science teacher to integrate it into the academic lesson. You might say, now integrate this into a science lesson that is focusing on experiments on weather patterns. I don't know. Give it some instructions, like include objectives, step by step. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Instructions and reflection prompts. Then hit enter and let's see what it does. And we'll give it a few seconds to generate. And that's the beauty of it. Like, it doesn't take long at all. And just like that, we've integrated the above lessons that we had into a science lesson on weather patterns. That's exactly what we told it to do. It gives us 3 objectives, the materials needed, the step-by-step instructions, reflection prompts. Now, it is imperative to read through, double, triple check everything. If it makes sense, cool, implement it, right? But it's up to you to always double and triple check everything. All right. Hey, these are just ideas of things that you can do to get started. Really, the sky's the limit. Don't limit your thinking. If you can think it, you can have a conversation, right? Treat these models like it's an intern or your school psych bestie, and you're giving it instructions and tasks and let it execute. Give it a try. Until next time, take care, everyone.